I'm Brad Nessler, joined by the coach, Lee Corso, and the quarterback, Kirk Herbstreit. Well, folks, we're excited to bring you what appears to be another great gridiron matchup. And here comes the home team.
The Wildcats are heavily favored to win this game. Kirk, do you think they'll have any problems today at all?
Northwestern should win big, and chances are, because of their passing game, they're going to be able to make some big plays downfield. We're looking at one of the best receivers in the nation, and that's why this team is so tough to beat.
I'm just not going to agree, Kirk. I'll guarantee it. I'm taking...
Northwestern is ready to open this one up as they line up for the opening kick. Short kickoff. Number 10 fields it at the 13. So now we'll get to see the offense come onto the field for their first drive of this game. One of the best football players you're going to see on the field today is this young man at linebacker. He goes 110% and really makes offenses game plan around him.
He has a nose for the football and always seems to be in on the tackle.
And he can drop back into coverage, too. He's a complete linebacker.
Second and 6. Ball on their own 37. 3 wideouts here. Drops back to pass. He throws. Complete. What a tackle. That was going to be a touchdown.
You know, it's really easy to overlook those guys on the line.
Yeah, the defense came after them, and those linemen held them long enough for the quarterback to throw for a first down.
First down. Number 7 lines up in the shotgun. Drops back on first down. Picked off. And this could be a big return. Tackle made at the 48-yard line. What an interception by the cornerback.
I love it. A defensive back with soft hands. This kid can play.
And they'll look to capitalize on the good field position here. The Wildcats with 4 receivers. Lets it fly. Caught. Tackled for a loss. 2-yard loss. Second down, about 12 yards to go. Ball on the 50. Number 3 lines up with 4 wideouts. He gets the pass away. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
Third and 12 coming up on this one. Ball right around midfield. Northwestern comes out in the shotgun. Steps up, throws this one out to the right, and it falls incomplete. So since the quarterback and receiver couldn't hook up, we're going to have a 4th down. The Wildcats line up to punt. Number 10 is back deep to return the punt. Plenty of hang time on this one. Calls for the fair catch. The offense saw their last drive end on 4th down. Will we see a similar result this time? They'll go to work at the 11-yard line. They'll work from the shotgun. First down, looking to throw. Batted ball. Nice job getting a hand on that one.
Yeah, really good heads-up play there to get a hand on the football by the defense.
That'll make it 2nd down. Second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 11. Number 7 comes to the line with 3 wide. He gets the pass away, and this one falls incomplete. Number 25 was the intended target on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down.
from their own 11-yard line. It's 3rd and 10. Looking to throw.
He steps up. He lets it go. And he brings it down. Tackle at the 21. Nice play call to get him the conversion.
When a team converts on 3rd down, they can really frustrate a defense. When they convert in 3rd and long, it just makes them sick.
1st down, 10 to go. Ball on the 21. Number 7 lines up in the shotgun. Gives it right side. What a collision. And the defense just swarmed over him on that one.
Yeah, they were able to penetrate the offensive line and get to the running back before that play even had a chance.
2nd and 10. He drops back. Number 7 passes, finds the freshman. The defense is all over that pass.
Like glue. I'm telling you, this defense is tough.
The offense faces another 3rd down as they line it up. They'll work from the shotgun. He's looking to pass. Lets it fly. The true freshman has it. They convert on 3rd and long, guys.
Well, the offense coming through in a big way that time. How about the timing on that route, Coach?
Yeah, Kirk, the quarterback was able to throw to a spot, and the receiver was there to catch it for a 1st and 10. Nice play.
From their own 37-yard line. 1st down. Number 7 with 3 wide receivers. He's tackled at the 45. About 8 yards there. They line up at the 45. 2nd down. Number 7 is back in the gun. He chucks it downfield. And he got it! And he's all the way down to the 20-yard line. Heck of a play by the quarterback.
When you bring a lot of pressure, you're going to leave yourself open out there, relying on your secondary and your linebackers. You're just hoping they can make plays. That time, defense lost. The offense won.
1st and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. Play action. Surveys the field. He throws left. Knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. They get 5 yards on the play. Second and 5. Ball on the 15. Number 19 lines up as a single back. Gives it to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss. Well, the defense really put the clamps down on that run.
Boy, Brad, great effort up front by that defense.
The offense lines up trying to convert on 3rd down here. The offense lines up with 3 wide receivers. Wants to throw outside. And this one's going to get intercepted.
You talk about a weapon. This defender has been all over the field today.
Well, he's giving this quarterback fits right now. That's his 2nd interception of the day.
They'll take over at the 20.
1st and 10.
Going with the shotgun here. Handoff on the draw. Brought down at the 25. They get about 5 yards from the halfback. It's 2nd down and 5 to go.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
Northwestern comes to the line with 3 wide. Steps up. Look out. And it's caught. He's taken down at the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5. It's 3rd down and short. Number 3 with 3 wide receivers. They'll run the option. And he's tackled at the 41-yard line. And they convert on 3rd down.
Let me tell you, anytime you run the option, it really makes the other team afraid to blitz. Because if you blitz to the inside, it's going to the outside, and vice versa.
It's 1st down. Number 3 is back in the gun. 1st down, looking to throw. He throws it. Finds his receiver. The defense looked a little lost on that one, Kirk.
Yeah, they did, Brad. Nice recognition here by the quarterback to see that confusion and then take advantage of it.
from their own 49-yard line.
2nd and 2 coming up here.
They line up a few feet from the goal line.
2nd down, goal to go. Shotgun formation. Let's see if they run the draw here. Here's the give, and he couldn't go anywhere on that run.
Nah, he couldn't go anywhere because there was no place for him to run. The defensive front got a good push and knocked that offensive line backwards.
We've got 3rd and goal.
1 yard to the goal line. They line up in the gun, looking to spread out this defense a bit. Touchdown, Northwestern. Not much trouble getting in on that one.
Yeah, the running back just ran right through the opening, almost like a truck driving down the highway. Watch out.
So they're ready for the extra point. Ball on the 40-yard line. Number 7 with 3 wide receivers. Throws it into traffic, and it's picked off. And this could be a big return. The 10. Touchdown, Northwestern.
Oh, that's a quarterback's worst nightmare.
Don't remind me, Coach, but I really think that was a great defensive play. He made a nice jump on the ball and took it to the house.
They line up for the extra point. And he hits the PAT. So with less than 2 to go in the 2nd quarter, our score is Northwestern 14, the home team 3. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He kicks it off.
Good run there on 3rd down.
High formation here. Gives it to the back. And they're in. Touchdown. And that's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the 1st half.
And the head coach has to love the way this kid is running the football.
So the kicking team will line up for the point after. And he converts the extra point. So with just over a minute to go in the half, this is from the 5-yard line. It's 3rd and goal. Northwestern comes to the line with 3 wide. Guns it to the end zone. And he came down with it. What a catch. And a nice catch by the receiver for the touchdown.
Anytime you're near the red zone, you got to keep an eye for this guy. They love going to him down here.
Looks. He throws it. Got it to his receiver.
Good job of attacking the coverage to keep the drive alive.
That was a great looking pass to move the sticks on 3rd down.
It's 1st and 10.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
Northwestern comes to the line with 3 wide. Play action. Throwing left. Got him again. At the 40. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Northwestern. Terrific pass, and the wideout hauls it in for the touchdown.
Brad, the wide receiver's route was the key on that play.
You're right, Kirk. This route running really has improved, and the quarterback has been throwing his weight a lot more.
They line up for the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. Over 4 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And the score, Northwestern 35. That brings up 3rd and goal. 1 yard to the goal line. Looks like they're going to try to power this one in. He's in for the touchdown. Nice run and a score by the halfback.
And a nice call by the coach there. Just give it to your main man anytime you're near the goal line.
They line up for the extra point. He splits the uprights with the extra point. So with just over 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, the score is Northwestern. The offense faces another 3rd down as they line it up. Northwestern comes out with an I formation. And they make the stop at the 41. Again, they're able to move the sticks on 3rd down.
And I'm going to tell you what, this offense is putting together one impressive drive. We'll see if they can finish it off with a score.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 41. Number 3 lines up with 4 wideouts. They'll go with a run once again. The 10. He's all the way. Touchdown. So the halfback comes away with his 3rd rushing score of the day.
This guy's been a very big factor in this game today, Coach.
Yes, this would be a different game if he wasn't on the field. He's accounted for 18 points today. Not bad for a day's work.
Hi, everybody. This is Brad Nessler. With me, as always, Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. The heat may be a factor in today's game with the Florida Gators and the Cougars of Brigham Young. We hope you're ready for an action-packed game of NCAA football. And here come the Cougars. The Cougars don't seem to match up too well in this one. Kirk, I'm not sure I like their chances very much.
BYU is going to have a tough time defending this rushing attack and this running back. It's very important that they shut him down and keep the ball out of his hands if they expect to have a chance in this game.
I like it, Kirk. That's an excellent pick. That's right, Gator fans.
Brigham Young lines up to kick this one off, and we're just about set to get underway. Short kick. He didn't get a hold of that one. Number 81 fields it at the 19. Now we'll get to see how this quarterback can do today as he comes out onto the field for the first time. Well, folks, you're in for a treat today. Taking the field for this offense is a very, very talented running back. This offense really thrives on him getting things going on the ground.
But, Brad, it's not going to be easy today. He's going up against a very tough run defense.
Yeah, this defense has been watching film of his playmaking running back all week. They're up to the challenge, and if they shut him down, it can ultimately decide the outcome of this game.
First down, 10 to go. Defense lines up in a 3-4. Gives it off. Coker tackles him for a loss on the play.
They sure shut down the halfback on that play.
Boy, they were in the backfield in a hurry. The back just had no space to run the football.
From their own 43-yard line. Second down. They'll work from the shotgun. He's looking. Going deep. And it falls incomplete.
Kurt,
Yeah, Coach.
did you see that drop pass?
Yeah, but it's safe to say that he heard footsteps, don't you think? I mean, the defender almost got there at the same time as the football.
All right. Well, the correct answer is yes, he did drop the football. Come on, sweetheart. The quarterback is trying to get you the ball. You got to make those kind of plays out there.
He took his eyes off the ball and dropped it.
You got to squeeze that ball, then think about where you're going to go.
The Gators are lining up to punt it away. Robinson, the return man. Chandler punts it, and this is a wonderful kick. Robinson takes it to 12, and he is drilled at the 19-yard line. Now the offense will come out and see if they can't get an early lead on their first drive. They'll start this drive at the 19. The Cougs set up in the gun. Young drops back. He throws. He's pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Nothing gained on the play. They line up at the 19. Second down and 10 to go. Brigham Young sets up with 4 receivers. Drops back to pass. Here's the long ball, left side. And he is gone. To the 20, to the 10. And he will score. They made it. It's second down and 10 to go. Brigham Young lines up in a shotgun set. He's going left. And he's got him on the streak. Manning loses it. Congratulations to our players of the game. Both of these young men should hold their heads up high today. They'll work from the shotgun. First down, looking to throw. This one is incomplete. And again, he can't find his man. He's still looking to complete his first pass in this drive. It's second down.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
Young set to go to the air. Lets it fly. Catches him. Mathis tackles him behind the line for a loss on the play. A 1-yard loss. So another third down upcoming for the offense. The Cougs with 4 receivers steps up in the pocket. And that one's fallen incomplete. Overthrown, intended for the wideout. So they're set to punt this one away. Clark is waiting for the snap. He gets it off. Number 81 signals for a fair catch. A missed field goal was the result of the last drive. We'll have to see if they can come through with something this possession. They'll go to work at the 18-yard line. Going with the shotgun here. Looks. Going deep. Lays it out there. They knock him out, but not before he gets all the way down to the 44-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 44. Number 7 is back in the gun. Looks to pass. Throws this one out to the left. Great concentration.
Defense was coming with heat on that play.
Yep, but the offensive line did a good job of picking up their assignments, and that gave the quarterback enough time to throw a nice pass to pick up the first down.
First and 10.
Folks, we're either going to see victory with this field goal or overtime. Here we go. They use 4 linebackers.
That's what I'm talking about, sweetheart. Ice that kicker.
You know, more important than the actual timeout is that none of his teammates talk to him during the timeout. Just stay away from that kid.
That kickers live by a different creed. Who knows what's going through his head right now?
Defense lines up in a 3-4. He gets it up. And he got it! Game over! So they take the late lead with that clutch field goal.
Wow!
Wow is an understatement. That was a big kick.
This has been a great game from start to...
Folks, it's been a lot of fun, and I hope you can join us again next time. Our final score in this one, Florida 19, Brigham Young 16. Greetings from EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler, and alongside me are Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. Clear skies and just beautiful weather here for tonight's game between the Texas El Paso Miners and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Well, folks, we're excited to bring you what appears to be another great gridiron matchup. And here come the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a confident bunch of kids, and rightfully so. Kirk, this team is just too powerful.
UTEP has spent all week trying to figure out how they're going to slow this running back down. Well, Lee, in my opinion, they could have spent all year. It still won't matter. He's going to have a big day and a big win.
Kirk, I'm going to have to agree with you right here. Oklahoma State is going to...
Both teams have sent their special teams onto the field, and we're ready for the opening kickoff. And this one's a short kick. Bowman takes it at the 20. Now we'll get to see how this quarterback can do today as he comes out onto the field for the first time. Well, guys, how do you think this rushing attack is going to do against this defense today?
I know that this offense has a wonderful running back, but not so fast, my friends. I think this defense is going to win the battle today, led by a superstar linebacker.
Yeah, this linebacker should have a big impact on this game. If he plays well, then the defense will hold up. But if he plays bad, then we may be in for a long day.
2nd and 10.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
Number 3 lines up in the shotgun. Direct snap to the back. And down he goes at the 41-yard line. Sanders gets 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd down.
Ball on the 41-yard line.
Oklahoma State lines up with 3 receivers. He's going to air it long. Batted ball. Kelly with the interception. Broke away from 1. That pass was bobbled for a while, but they came up with it.
Yeah, he adjusted nicely to the ball and was able to grab it. Nice concentration, huh, Kirk?
Well, Coach, you know, teams all the way from junior high practice this tip drill for that exact situation.
They'll go to work at the 15.
The 15-yard line. First and 10.
4 wide. Foster gets the carry. And they make the stop at the 19. Foster picks up about 4 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 6. Ball on the 19. The Miners are lining up with 3 receivers. And it's incomplete. Hall probably just has a stinger here. We'll keep you updated on his status. Third and 6. They come out in a 5-wide set. Joseph drops to throw. He sails it long. He got it! And he's all the way down to the 43.
That's just airing it out on 3rd down.
That was more than enough to pick up the first down. Next time, this defense will be playing on their heels.
First down, 10 yards to go.
The 43-yard line.
The Miners line up with a single set backfield. They'll give it off here. They'll bring him down at the 39. Foster gains about 4 yards on the play. They line up at the 39. It's 2nd down, 6 yards to go. He's looking to pass. Lets it fly. Incomplete.
Yo, you can credit that incompletion to the pass rush. Great job of not letting the quarterback get comfortable back there.
He didn't throw a good pass at all.
All that, Kirk. He was under pressure. Unbelievable pressure.
The Miners come out in a shotgun. Steps up in the pocket. He lets it fly. It's tipped, and it falls incomplete.
He tried to force that one in.
It should have been intercepted. He can't be thrown.
4th and 11.
The Miners line up the punt. Thomas awaits the snap. Thomas punts it, and this is a wonderful kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Well, guys, as this offense takes the field, tell me what you think they need to do to get back in the game.
I think this one is just too far out of reach.
They need to score here, then recover an onside kick and score again. Although this game isn't over yet, I just don't think they can accomplish that feat with this much time left in the game.
Steps up across the middle. He snags it. White with the tackle at the 30-yard line. What a throw and catch, guys.
I'll tell you what, this young kid has a real gun for an arm. He sizes up to play well, and then gets the ball out of there.
It's 2nd down. Fakes to the back. He unloads it. Tackle made at the 35-yard line. So they'll get the first down there on the 5-yard completion.
And that's just great execution on that short pass play.
Drops back on first down. Surveys the field. He throws right. Knocked out of bounds at the 48. That one worked pretty well.
It's a good job here by the wide receiver to get open. He created good separation from the defense.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 48-yard line. Oklahoma State sets up with 4 receivers. Drops back to pass. He delivers. Still perfect on the drive.
How about that play?
Well, it was a good pass, a good catch, and they are keeping the defense off balance by throwing on first down.
Absolutely right.
It's 1st and 10. From the gun. Looks. He goes downtown. Incomplete pass. Bowman was the intended receiver on that pass, so that'll make it 2nd down. Second down and 10 to go.
On the 38-yard line.
Number 3 lines up with 3 receivers on his right. He's looking. Number 3 throws, and he's got him on the run. Heck of a catch by the wideout to pick up a nice chunk of yardage.
This kid is a very special football player. He can make the catch over the middle in traffic, or he can take it the distance using his speed. He can do it all.
Number 3 lines up in the shotgun. Moves up in the pocket. Throwing left. Picked off from the deflection. Great catch by the linebacker, but not a smart throw from the quarterback.
It didn't look like the quarterback even saw the linebacker hanging in that area. It pays to be in the right spot at the right time.
Greetings from EA Sports. I'm Brad Nessler, and alongside me are Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit. There's still a lot of warm air out there for tonight's battle between the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns and the Wyoming Cowboys. We hope you're ready for an action-packed game of NCAA football. And here come the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are definitely the favorites in this one. How do you think this will play out, Kirk?
Wyoming can do so many things on defense thanks to this young man. He can be the 8th man in the box, or he can play man coverage. And I expect everyone to know his name after this game is over.
Kirk, I'm going to have to agree with you right here.
I like Wyoming today.
Fourth down. They'll line this up, and it'll be about a 21-yarder. He gets it up, and they tack on 3 points. Louisiana Lafayette is ready to kick it away. Short kick. He didn't get a hold of that one. Ray takes it at the 12. So what do you think about this situation, fellas?
This is obviously a big possession. They have to get the ball in the end zone right here.
And this is their last opportunity, Kirk. If they don't score here, then they can call it a night.
Congratulations to our players of the game. Both of these young men should hold their heads up high today. Wilkinson comes to the line with 3 wide. And this one falls incomplete. Reed was the intended receiver on that pass. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on the 30. Wyoming lines up with 3 receivers. Bounces off the would-be tackler. He's brought down at the 22. Wyoming will take their first time out of the half. From their own 22-yard line. It's 3rd and long. So this is it right here. One last play and one last chance to win the game. If they can get the Hail Mary, they'll pull out the miracle win.